For this tutorial, I will introduce you to Yodlee FastLink. Specifically, I'll give you a high-level overview of what FastLink is. Then I want to show you how to embed it into your app in about 3 steps. And then give you some pointers on advanced use case scenario. So first, what is FastLink? At a high level, FastLink is a drop-in module that allows users to securely link their financial accounts to their profile in your app. It works something like this. First, the user selects a bank or financial institution. Then they verify their credentials. Then they're done. That's about it. You can actually see FastLink in action on your API dashboard. You can see this by going to your account, scrolling down to View Test Users, and next to each test user is a link to launch FastLink. Yodlee has provided you with 5 test users, and each test user has realistic account data attached to them. However, by using FastLink here, you can link additional financial accounts to their profile. You can select a real account like Citibank or American Express, or you can select a dummy account like DagSite. This way, you get an idea of how FastLink looks and works for the end user. Now, let's head on to implementing FastLink. There's actually, it's very easy to do, and the steps are listed for you in the Tools, Getting Started. Scroll down to the FastLink card, and then click on FastLink Getting Started. Essentially, it involves copying and pasting some JavaScript, this JavaScript, and then updating some parameters. You're going to need to update the FastLink launch URL. We're going to need to actually provide a bearer token, and you may want to set some parameters, but in most use cases, you don't need to. So before we get started, let's take a look at the code we used and created in our last video about JSON Web Tokens and using the API outside of the sandbox. If you remember, it looked something like this. It was essentially, we acquired JSON Web Token, read in our private key, created a payload, and then created the token with JWT.sign. I'm going to go ahead and generate a token right now. Head over to my terminal. Let's go to CD, Yodlee, projects, Yodlee, JWT generate, and I'm going to run node generate.js. This is the token we need. Okay, I'm going to use CodePen to test FastLink here. CodePen is a great tool for creating HTML, CSS, and JavaScript snippets without actually having to create an app. It's a great tool for testing this kind of thing. What's key is you don't need an app to test FastLink. So I'm going to create a new pen. Next, I'm going to grab that code we talked about. Let me make some room here. Head back over to the dashboard and the dev portal. And I'm just going to grab this code by copying it and going back to the pen and pasting it in. And now let's update these parameters. First, we need the FastLink launch URL. That's actually available in my account API dashboard, and it's in yours too. And this is the URL we need right here. Paste that in. Next, let's grab a token. Now we're copying and pasting a token here. This is won't work for production app, obviously. So I'm going to copy this to my clipboard and paste it right in. And now, as I mentioned, we don't need any parameters for this use case, rather, in most use cases. I'm going to show the console though, so this will give us some interesting information to look at in a second. Let's see if it worked. Looks like it does. Now I'm going to link a dummy account. It's called DagSite. And you can find these credentials on the Yodlee developer portal on actually the section for using Postman 101. But the username is dagtest.site16441.1, and the password is site16441.1, and let's view it to make sure I have it correct and re-enter that password like they ask and click submit. And let's see if I got the credentials right. Excellent. The accounts have been linked. It's just that easy. You'll notice here that as I've been moving along, FastLink module has been logging output to the console. You're going to want to pay attention to these, especially the on success callback. This has some information here that you might want to bring back to your fintech app, for example, the provider account ID. And that's a good segue into the next section. Another use case for this is when a user, say, updates their credentials for their bank, and they'll need to update the credentials here for your fintech app as well. The way to do that is, well, you could make them go through the process all over again and finding their bank, or you can update what's called the flow to do that. And that's what we'll do here. And all you do is we set the flow to edit. And the primary one is the provider account ID. And that is this guy. And I'm going to click Launch FastLink, and you'll see what happens a little different. Here, I'm clicking Launch FastLink. It looks like we have a typo. I'll fix that. And now I'll try it again. Unexpected. We have params is flow, provider account ID, 1, link an account. There we go. Here, what we see here is that the user is taken directly to the authentication form for their financial institution. They don't have to search for it again. That's it for today's video. We covered what FastLink is at a high level. We covered how to embed it. It took no time at all. We even touched on some advanced use case scenarios and talked about what we call the post messages. And these are the messages that are sent on success and on error and exit. And that's it for today.